The nuclear incident occurred in the district of Fubatsu, Japan. It was situated in the north of Japan, close to the actual fault line. The reactor was in the town of Okunama. Fukushima disaster occurred on March 11, 2011 at 7:03 a.m. The government issued an evacuation order for everyone living in the 2-kilometer range of the reactor. Installation capacity of the 6 boiling water reactors in the unit is 4,696 megawatts. It is heated up to make steam. Then, said steam goes through a turbine to generate electricity. The difference is how heat is generated. In Fukushima's case, it's through fission. The 8.9 Richter scale earthquake that's the facility immediately, putting the facility's 3 operational reactors under a shutdown procedure. By thrusting the active reactors into 3 units, and cooling began by pumping water into the room. Minutes into the cooling process, the tsunami hit and smashed into the water pumps for heat removal systems, which cut all but one generator for supplying the facility with power. A full blackout ensued, and with the ability to restart the cooling process basically out the window, the reactor continued and built up pressure where it became unsustainable. The cleanup has been centered around removing the fuel rods in around 2 years and the damaged fuel in 10 years. The process centering around cooling the reactors with 2 pumping systems. Being about this. Besides, the Tokyo Electric Power Company should have taken more safety measures to secure their emergency power supplies. Uranium-238 had a half-life of 4.5 billion years, and uranium-235 had a half-life of 700 million years. Subject of this segment. As a quick side note, while I was doing my research, I found that uranium also decays into cesium-137, which makes no sense because the half-life of uranium is literally tens of millions of years. All 3 of my sources say that cesium-137 leaked into the environment. Even the tour guide said that cesium was leaked, but uranium-238 and uranium-235 was used to generate the power. 137 was leaked into the surrounding area and was spread via the atmosphere, and eventually cesium-137 was brought via surface, via dry and wet composites. This radioactive material, having a significantly shorter half-life, 30.1 years, can cause significant harm to agriculture, like livestock and farmers. In devastations relating to the aquatic environment surrounding Fukushima, trace amounts of cesium-137 and 134 were found up to 600 kilometers away from the site. Nuclear energy is cleaner and more efficient than any other form of power. The reactor can operate without dependencies on conditions. Other more experimental energy sources like fusion don't give you the same bang for your buck. Hydroponics are also very effective, but there has been a lot of back and forth between countries about water rights. It is a very dirty way of extracting energy, but it's profitable since the deficit, the point where you can make enough money to pay back the initial investment, is shorter than a nuclear power plant, so that it can be done in 1 to 2 years compared with a nuclear power plant's 6 years.